The very first KW system.
We should do no. We should do a special where we post it, then we do it. Then we do sort of a temporary, like, you know what, an emergency KWC committee reads session of match 200.
Actually, that segues into one last thing I wanted to say before I conclude this month's KWCC. I am currently at 99 subscribers right now, one away from 100. Now the thing. Yes. Okay.
No. We should do a special where we post it, then we do a temporary, like, you know what, an emergency. We should do no. We should do a special where we post it, then we do a temporary you know what an emergency KWC committee reads session of match 200.
Actually, that segues into one last thing I wanted to say before I conclude this month's KWCC. I am currently at 99 subscribers right now, one away from 100. Now the thing.
Oh yeah.
So because 99 is pretty much close enough, here's why I've been building up to this entire time. I want to start doing live streams, like KWCC live streams, committee reads live streams, whatever.
No.
Heck, now that I think about it, we could easily live stream the. Oh yes, that was the other thing too. I also wanted to say thank you guys, very much for the 100 subscribers. And again, as I said, the butt end of the KWCC, I have full plans of doing live streams, and yeah, it's like, yeah, I plan on holding more live streams. I hope I can get a lot more people to attend because, well, yeah, I kind of want to do like things live with you guys. So, what I'm thinking is, if I can get this whole live stream service like up and ready, just kind of like just get it ready. We will be able to like do what Gray Shot said, like do an early reading of match 200, for example. So like hold that as its own live stream, or hold just a live stream of the KWCCs once per month. So that way I could just upload them straight to YouTube since they don't require too much editing. So
we could take fan questions.
Yep, we could take fan questions live.
It's starting.
Hello, everyone. Oh, yes, we're going. Oh my gosh. That.
There
Oh.
can literally be no better opening for this.
I'm pretty sure I screwed up in the transition too, but oh well, whatever. Oh lordy.
You might have.
Yeah, I think I probably did. Oh my gosh, why?
It wouldn't be us if this wasn't a bruh stream.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that KaijuX actually was ready and committed to this, and then GVR said "fuck you."
Oh gosh. And there's stupid dogs barking in the background. It's like, are you serious? Oh, good grief. Oh lord, here we go. Hello everyone and welcome to the KWCC. I am your host KaijuX, and with me today, excuse me,
More like Kaiju fuck.
we have Ganyu, GVR, Joe, and Nagoda. And welcome to the very first KWCC live stream, folks. Oh, holy moly. Where we perpetually exist 5 seconds ahead of you in reality.
There's gonna be a lot of random things happening.
More than likely.
You gotta hear all the spoiler talk that isn't gonna get cut out live now.
Yeah, I know, it's live now, so that's what makes this better.
Like,
You mean we shouldn't talk about Manila's debut next year?
No, GVR! Damn it! Frick! I can't believe it. That was meant for the poll.
This sucks. GMK is right.
Gosh darn it. Well, you know what? No, this shouldn't suck, but yet it is, because...
No, I'm saving it up, sending dabs in the live stream. This is awesome.
I'm not even gonna look at the chat on the YouTube because I don't want to hear us again right after we speak.
I mean, you could just hit mute on the video.
No. That's too much effort.
way too much effort, apparently.
I'd rather just not see what they're saying.
We need double the sound, you know. Gotta have double that sound.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, meanwhile, I'm pretty sure I assaulted everyone's ears with that screw up I did in the beginning. Son of a... I only had one shot at it. I'm like, gosh darn it. Oh well, it is what it is. What can you do?
So you had one shot and you did miss your chance.
Yes, I did.
Holy fuck.
Yes, Joe?
Oh, I saw Bacon's Manila video on the MIB server.
Oh wow.
Wow. Bacon is famous now.
Yeah. I can't wait till he hears that.
I just screenshotted it and sent it to him.
Nice.
Okay, so what matches are we talking about? I think it's Paragon versus Zero.
Yes,
First one.
yes, very much so. GVR. I mean, Great Shot's could be here in like 5 minutes. He told me
Did we
that.
talk about 348?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think we did, because I remember.
Yeah, Frankenstein. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankenstein got beat up really badly.
Yeah. So.
Frankenfurter.
Brogon versus. Gosh darn it. Oh lordy.
Oh, 348. I'm in 350. We haven't talked about 350 yet.
Of course not. How could we
I
have?
brain damage.
Yes, you do, GVR. Yes, you do.
Yeah, 348 was Frankenstein's last match, right?
No, that one was planned to be the backup in case 350 didn't work out. Good news, it worked out. So.
Yes, 350. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Alright, so GVR's dying of brain damage right over there. Meanwhile, we have match 349 waiting in the bunker, so let's get right into it. This is KVC match 3... Oh, hang on, let me get it up. Aha. Ba-dum. See? I now have it here for everyone. See GVR. See...
I can't see it because I don't have the stream pulled up.
Oh yeah, that's
It's on
right.
Discord.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. Match 349, Baragon Showa versus C-Rex. Written by Matthew Williams and banner also by Matthew Williams. So, we'll go from... Okay, hold on. Yeah, no, actually... How does my brain want to process it this time? Do I want to go first? Why the heck not? I'll go first. This one's an alright match. It's like nothing too crazy. It's just a nice, like, little standard 1v1, but I mean, it's alright. I don't know, I don't have a whole lot to say about it just because it sort of follows a very simple premise. It's fun, it's alright, serviceable. I can't really think of any, like, high praises to give to it, but I also can't, like, don't really, like, have anything to really overly criticize it with either. So, it's alright. So, yeah, G and K, just start typing up your thoughts on the match. We'll go over the GVR, and you listening to this live stream now, you can also type your thoughts in. I may read them aloud. Pray that I am able to get to them in a capable fashion. Okay. So.
Did I even read this one?
I mean, if you did, you did. If you didn't, you didn't. I don't know.
If you didn't, it'll be known live.
Yeah.
I think I skimmed through this one because, like, I didn't really care too much for it.
Yeah.
It's like way too simple. Simplistic.
Yeah.
Banner's real neat though. Like, I always like dynamic banners.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the ink spraying on Baragon. Good stuff.
It's tar.
Tar. I'm sorry. My GTS knowledge has slipped my mind. Gosh.
And Ganyu has died. GMK Goji, whatever we want to call him.
Damn.
We call him like 5 different things because he changes his name every week.
Damn. So alright. We'll have Gray Shot and Alex in here in a few. Ganyu's typing his thoughts.
And by a few, they mean 2 hours, right?
Yes, 2 hours. 2 hours live. Joe, can you give thoughts on, even if you didn't read it, like thoughts on the banner match, whatever, something?
I really love the banner. Anytime Xerxes spring his tar is really cool.
Oh.
I think it was match 210. I still love that banner.
Oh yeah.
The match, I like when Xerxes killed Crazy Frog. He was doing the little song and he bit his head off. That was really cool. That's it. Hi, Gray Shot.
Hello, you are now here live. Hooray!
Shot from a mile away.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs like an extra 5 minutes to get here, but whatever. And bonus points, dead Gizora in the background.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I never noticed that.
But yeah,
Gazora's fucking dead.
yeah, rip.
Good.
Alright, I'm gonna read what Ganyu typed out. So, this was a pretty good match. I like the tooth and claw action going on here, as well as the ability demonstration of both monsters. Nice to see Showa Baragon getting another W, but sad that C-Rex keeps dying. Lol. Also, banner is great. So, alright, and likewise, we also have one for the from the chat. So, I'll read it for you. Maguma/Gigantus. Oh boy, Baragon versus C-Rex. This was a good one. I think it did well enough that it deserves a good stepping stone to show Baragon's inevitable retirement. Alright, that's like I said, it is a fine match. Just for me, it's a little on the simpler side, so it just doesn't really give me a lot to like talk about when it comes to it. But speaking of someone that can talk about it, okay, before we get to Gray Shot, we're gonna go to Nagoda. Nagoda, what'd you think of it?
It's good from what I remember about it. I think Baragon made good use of his ears and hearing and tunneling abilities. He got blinded and continued to just listen for C-Rex's movement. The ending was nice where Baragon just eats everything. Plus dead Gazora and dead giant squids. And the banner is nice looking too. I like the tar effect on that.
Well, in that case, I guess on my end, the match itself I thought was okay. It pretty much lacked. My biggest problem with this match was while the action was good, there just wasn't any detail to it. Monsters would get thrown about without like getting too much. It seemingly it didn't have like a. It just didn't have like a threat that it was leading to. It was just monster is action, and that's fine. It's just it kind of helps when you were able to build up to an event, which is why I think the ending especially really just comes out of nowhere. It's kind of KWC is kind of infamous for having like endings that just are add-ons that lead to nothing, and this is how I kind of feel it was. Like you could remove it, it would change nothing. So I know I had to add a bit of detail, and I know I worked on this quite a bit. Try to spruce it up. So I think it's okay. It's not. It's definitely not a match you'll remember, and I don't think it's one that's particularly like, oh yeah, go read it. But it's just like kind of like average, if not maybe slightly below. As for the banner itself, the banner is definitely the more exciting part. The original banner for Paragon, there was a very there was a 3D model being used, and it was, I'll be honest, it was kind of atrocious looking. But the new Paragon that we got, or I was able to provide, is like the perfect angle, and I think it has enough detail on it. It helps liven up the banner. Again, the background's kind of flat. The dead squid is quite intentionally quite flat. But the action itself for C-Rex and Baragon is quite good. So yeah, I added the two. I would say the banner is probably my favorite part to come from this posting.
From this article. Alright. Yeah, no, it's understandable. And until Alex gets here. Oh,
Oh,
Alex!
he's here.
Oh, when did you get here? I'm so used to
He's
the.
always been.
Yeah, no,
Just haven't noticed.
what I'm not
Hey,
used.
he's been waiting in the shadows all this time.
No, what I'm not used to is that when I am in OBS, I have live stream modes activated, so it silences everything. So there's no Discord ding to let me know when someone enters or leaves. So if I'm wandering about, not paying attention to any of the major windows, I'm not going to see who's going to come in and come out. So my apologies, man. I'm just not used to it. This whole thing's new, so. But yeah. Yeah, Alex, what'd you think of 349?
I don't really remember it. Like I said, it's been a long ass time since I read it.
Yeah, this was probably, if it was that long, then it was probably from an older, probably from our early days, if I remember right.
Yeah, and I think I caught the end of what Gracia was saying. This probably had a sequel in mind, but we retired the show at Barracon.
Well, it was just like it was just like an ending that ultimately kind of like adds nothing really. Like, obviously it's just meant to be like, oh yes, there are bigger things that in this case will never happen in the KWC. So yeah, there's that.
I mean, you technically,
I have no idea.
technically, you could just say that when they took Baragon, they mutated him into Millennium.
Or you could just say it was Millennium and just no one would notice.
Retcons all the time.
Okay,
it's fine.
yeah, retcons. Yeah, you know what? That's perfectly fine.
I mean, you're barely even retconning anything. Like, you just made him slightly redder, I think.
Yeah. He has a cuter face, slightly redder. I think that's it.
Fatter.
Chonky boy. No, after he ate the squids, he becomes GMK Baragon because he's chonky.
And all of a sudden, he can use his spears to attack things.
Where did that come from? I don't know.
Can he do a cartwheel though?
Or move his tail slightly to the left.
He could do one of those things. I won't say which.
Epic, we can have him do the cartwheel.
Starting it!
Feeling Baragon, here we go.
No!
Great shot saying nothing, which means he approved.
Dig bless.
Well, it is in the movie, so I have to.
It is?
The cartwheeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the deleted scene where
It's combo
Baragon joined the gymnastics team. Like
You
when he
don't
died,
remember
his whole
when
life.
Baragon cartwheeled through the air and hit a helicopter?
When
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's what he
his whole
means.
life crashed before his eyes, and he saw himself in the gym. He was doing some cartwheels, and he won a gold medal right before he died.
No, I see. Great shot was referring to the part where Godzilla yeets Baragon about a mile.
Exactly, it's combo attack.
Yeah, anyone can do a cartwheel if you throw them hard enough.
Yeah. Wee. Alright. But yeah, no. Alex, did you have anything to elaborate on? I kind of doubt it, but, you know.
Not really.
Alright. Fair enough. And you know what? We got enough of us here to migrate yay on over to... Wow, this felt anticlimactically short, but it is kind of reflective of the match itself. It is pretty simple, so, you know what I mean? What can you do about that? But in the meantime, we will be migrating yay on over from match 349 to match 350. Jaguar versus Frankenstein versus Gauss. Written by Alex Williams and Andrew Sudomersky, and banner by Andrew Sudomersky. So as a co-writer of this one, I think I'd rather me and Alex would probably prefer to go last in this instance. So, can you get your thoughts typed up? Gray Shot, I guess you're first. What'd you think of it?
So, my general thoughts across this match is it's good in some places and better in others. And the parts that it's better in, I wish had been like most of the match. Primarily like the Jaguar, Frankenstein to an extent, Goro Ibuki. I think all of those are great characters, or well done in this match. My main problem with this is the vampires kind of feel tacked on, to be honest.
I could see that. I could see that. That one was fun. That was a fun sequence to write.
Is it my turn or
Is it GVR's turn, or I don't know?
Richard, do you have anything else to say?
No, I got nothing else. GBR.
Oh,
Okay. Yes. Overall, I thought it was a solid match. I do have some issues with it, but I'll get to those after I say like what I liked about the match. Really enjoyed Goro and Jet Jaguar's characters. Very well written. Enjoyed the action of this one, and also enjoyed like the atmosphere, the way it built that up. The action was good as well. Loved Frankenstein's character, and like the contrast between him and Jet Jaguar was really well done. This is a very unique match. I like how there's no like, well, yeah, it's a very unique match. There's no big kaiju fights, but it's still like, I thought that was very interesting. You guys managed to pull that off well. Especially because I like the part where how Jet Jaguar grows huge, but it turns out to be a terrible idea because that doesn't work against a very small, fast opponent. The issues I have with this match are that the vampires and Victoria Frankenstein barely feel like characters. Like Dracula barely does anything. His wife does even less. Victoria Frankenstein just like there's a bit more going on with her, but like there's things that are just complete like the whole reason for her to team up with the vampires is never even like explained or even like a good hint is given to it, and that might be opened up for a sequel, but that sequel is far off in the future, not now. Am I making sense?
I can see where I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Like I just felt like the villains in this match, the human villains, Gauss is great, but the human villains were done poorly.
Hmm.
Like maybe that's just a consequence of not having seen the movie, the vampire movie. But I mean,
yeah, it's like never super elaborated on, and just kind of somewhat falls flat for not having enough elaboration of what's going on between them, which I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can see. I can at least understand that point of view and where it's coming from. So.
You mentioned the whole like replacing of faces thing, and like you could have just made Yoda like mortal bodies. Like I understand you're trying to be very ambiguous to the movie, but sometimes ignoring those kind of things or like changing them slightly benefits your match instead of like trying to hold yourself to like every plot point of the film. I think Frankenstein, like the whole thing is like an immortal body, so that being like we no longer have to worry about replacing ourselves with different humans. We'll have a permanent form that lasts forever. You know, that kind of thing. I think
Like your mother.
like yeah, no. The issue with the match is that like it feels like I need to go watch the vampire movies to understand what is happening, and like maybe this is just me
Correction,
speaking.
it's only movie, not movies. Really took influence from Evil and Dracula.
Okay, but my point still stands. As someone who writes for the KWCE and is the main verifier for it, I'm used to people having to explain things that not everyone is familiar with, and doing it briefly without derailing the match. Yeah, no, still overall a very solid match. Just has those sizable issues, but no, still very very solid. Like definitely, I would give it like probably. I don't know. I don't really like giving matches like number rankings, but high, very very well regarded.
All right, that's fair enough.
Yeah, if it seems like I spent too long not talking about the flaws, it's because I'm terrible at wording myself at the moment.
Nah, that gets the best of us, man. I get you. If like I know you don't like, you still really like the match. It's just a couple of issues you wanted to highlight, outline, and call it good. So.
Yeah, look, I've just been having a stressful few days. Like my brain is fried completely.
Damn, that's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, no, you can move on from me.
Right. Next up, well, I wanted to say Genyu's thoughts first, and Gigantus's. So, he said, so I skimmed through this one, so I don't quite remember some things. I do remember there was Greek human stuff as well as excellent characterization for the non-human characters too, especially for Frankenstein. Oh, and a really cool banner too. Thank you. Thank you. And Gigantus, over here in the chat side of things, said, and we can't forget Frankenstein's final match. I don't think I'd given it another read to completely capture my full thoughts on it yet, though. Bummer, but alright. No, that's fair enough, man. Fair enough. And Joe, can you give thoughts or little tidbits with the match at all?
I really like the match. No, not the banner.
Okay.
You didn't read the match, did you?
I didn't read the match, but it was done by my homie Alex and KaijuX, so I know it's straight fire.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But the banner is awesome.
Hey yeah.
It looks like a poster that I could see for a Toho movie.
That was very much the idea.
Awesome.
So friggin' yeah, no, straight up that was like okay.
Yeah, it's definitely got 70s horror movie vibes. It's not my taste, but it is. It is very stylized.
Pretty sure we've seen your taste.
Yes.
Yes, we
And
have.
it's pretty stylized and pretty great.
But yeah, friggin' yeah, no, this whole thing was a lot of fun to make. I had
Thought it was quite tasteful.
Gosh darn. Yeah, no, the banner process making for this, like, originally, I'll go on this tangent real quick. Originally, the banner was going to be hand-drawn. I did want to commission an artist for this, but unfortunately, the artist I had been looking at just didn't have the time for it, and, like, I couldn't find anyone else, so I was just like, you know what, I'll make it myself. And we got this, so I was like, yeah, no, I think it works pretty favorably. It did take a while to, get it right, but once I got it going, it was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. So I definitely want to keep it like, I want to include as much of like the poster stylings of the Bloodthirsty trilogy as I could. I forget which one I used as the primary basis. I feel like it's between Evil of Dracula and Lake of Dracula, probably.
Yeah, I know. I also said to lift some inspiration from the old Hammer horror films.
Yes, yeah, that's right, the Hammer horror thing, which is like, well, why a lot of the red coloration super pronounced in this part. The red and the golds are particularly pronounced in this banner, but mostly the reds. I really want the reds to stand out as much as possible and leave everything else more of like a desaturated bluish. So, because that was sort of a thing in those particular posters too, and again reflecting that Hammer horror style. So,
Yeah, it really works. It's really cool.
but yeah, we're gonna, yeah, no, good stuff. Nagoda, what'd you think of the match?
Match itself is sorry, I'm eating the ice cream right now. Match itself is pretty good. The story is nice. I like how he chose the Gauss to go with the vampires, going like linking it up with like Showa Gauss's whole vampiric origins sort of deal there. The Frankenstein parts were interesting. Jet Jaguar and his creator going on a whole bunch of like different, let's have up the neighborhood sort of stuff deals after versus Megalon was interesting to see. Like, let's help that cat down that tree. No, he scratched me. Yeah. As for the banner itself, it looks really nice. I like how the red and gold are like they pop out at you. But the one thing that does bug me is the blood on Frankenstein.
I can.
Just because of how bright red that is.
I mean, I wanted to have red on Frankenstein to some capacity, but comparing him to the others, I could understand where that's coming from. Sure, probably should have used like an overlay.
If it was darker, like in the vampire's mouth, sort of red, it would have worked out nice. But
Yeah.
Hey, could have been
bright
a nice,
is not a good blood color.
could have been a nice reference to how he's retired.
Yeah. It's making it obvious, don't you see?
Also, I just noticed the Toho Kingdom logo in the top corner.
Yep. Because I was originally going to use the Toho logo, but when I ran it past my brother and Anthony, they were kind of like, "Oh, don't do that." So I was like,
Toho will shoot you.
pretty much. So, understandably, I replaced it with the Toho Kingdom logo. I found the file, but for whatever reason, the clear image they have is a GIF, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, because GIFs are also transparent.
Yeah, I know. That's just weird. Would have been
I mean,
easier.
it still work in Photoshop. It won't move.
Yeah, I know. I was able to extract it. It was just finicky. But
Oh, I had a question I was gonna ask. Yeah.
what's up?
Is Victoria Frankenstein from anything, or is it just like an original character?
Original character.
OC,
Okay.
please don't steal.
Yeah.
Then who is that in the banner?
That's Victoria. I used Alex had an actress in mind, and I was practically able to composite the actress's face onto another body.
Okay.
So
Yeah, just curious about that.
yeah, that was also kind of fun. I was a little worried because their skin tones were different, but once I started color adjusting to match with the banner, it was like, oh, that looks a lot better.
I just want to stress, some random actress on stock photo is going to look online and find this image and be like, reverse Google search or whatever, and find this and be like, what?
That's what I was wondering. Like, you just got a stock actress? Okay.
I mean, if we are able to use stock photos, who knows how many Sulu photos we can use in banners now.
I mean, we need Titans, so.
KaijuX, if that happens, that's on you, because I was completely fine with leaving her off the banner.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So, I mean, I'll take the blame on that one, even though it seems highly unlikely. I don't know. We don't make money off of this, so I don't see the issue. But whatever. I mean, if it's a credit thing, then I'll stick it at the end. I could do that. Please follow actress on here. Gosh, okay, but yeah. Did you have anything else to elaborate on, Nagoda, or?
Story was nice. It's long, but that's to be expected from GVJ match. They're all long, but they have good story. Even the ones that you co-write end up being really long.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, in 275, I just wrote that one bit, and it somehow turned out long.
Right?
Because that match had about 10 writers.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the entirety of the KBC wrote it.
We all converged. I wrote like a third of that entire thing. Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Ray shot me saying my shit is long when you did that.
right.
To be fair, that was like a finale type thing.
Which was acceptable, so.
That were not as long as that match.
Right. Oh my gosh. But yeah, shoot. Yeah, no, I guess with that, Alex would be alright. Well, Alex.
Yeah, we could go. We could kind of like cut in anytime.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, I'll let you start off, and if I have anything to add, I'll add. Yeah.
No, I'm still kind of waking up, so I'll let you go first.
Fair enough. Okay. So I remember this match was like, funny enough, we literally had this match kind of drafted, like, beginning of this year. And it was around that time, like, it was, I almost feel like it was like days or weeks before Greyshock came and say, hey, we're going to retire Frankenstein. I was like, oh! So it's like, holy moly. And of course, naturally, we wanted to make sure everyone had their time to get the matches done. We didn't want to do, like, here's the thing for those that have been around for a long time, like, I know there was that time we did that with Godzillasaurus and it didn't quite work out. We had a surplus of Godzillasaurus matches, so the whole thing was just staff could get done with the matches they had, not like make up a new one, but like if they had a match with this character that we're going to retire, they can finish it and then bring it in. And then, you know, mostly keep that as a staff privilege thing, and then we just kind of move from there. So it's like basically, like, I think Alex and I kind of lucked out getting, like, pretty much having this match sort of like structured before that went up, or before that announcement was made. So it's like, thank goodness.
Actually, yeah, we didn't have the whole outline. We just had a few
like,
ideas.
Yeah,
Greyshock
like, something
came
like that. Yeah.
And we just said, okay, if you're gonna retire Frankenstein on one condition, you have to let us do this match we're planning.
Right. And, you know, if it wasn't due by a certain date, then, you know, then that was the other... There was definitely sort of like the two-pronged condition that was like, we had until October to get it... We had until Halloween to get it done, and we had, like you know, make sure to get done beforehand. That in of itself wouldn't have been bad, except there was one extra little twist in there, and that was match 341? That one... yes, 341. Gamera versus Hedorah round 2. So there was very much so it was very much like Alex had basically had two big projects due this year, and I knew like this particular match was something Alex came up to me, and I think you came up to me and asked about that. I was like, hey, you want to do this? I was like, oh yeah, sure, you know, this.
Yeah, because we both, funny enough, we both kind of had the same idea. I just had the more hero stuff with Jet Jaguar. You had the more villain stuff with Gals.
Yeah.
We just had the same idea of Frankenstein in a horror match.
Yeah. So, and yeah, those two pieces came together in shebang.
Yeah, the only difference was I did not know who to do as the hero, either Jet Jaguar or Zone Fighter.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we had considered Zone Fighter, but we ultimately stuck with Jet Jaguar. I did...
Because...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, just because the differences, or like the similarities between Goro and Victoria.
Mm-hmm. The parallel existed, would have been more pronounced, and I think that was ultimately for the better, because that's easily one of the match's bigger highlights. But yeah, with that said, trying to remember. Let's see, I'm trying to... Yeah, no, because then you worked on the Weathering With You match. Then when that got done, it was pretty much like into this one right away, both you and I, and then we pretty much we got it done in a timely fashion, thank goodness. So and hopefully that won't be a recurring thing, I hope.
Let's not forget that I was able to write like 5 parts in a week.
Yes.
Well, you only did the one.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, how? But yeah, I know this was this was still a fun match to write, especially like when I like there were some adjustments and alterations made along the way, but it was this was still like I had a couple of very strong visual like mental images in my mind, or like ideas I had, like the first, particularly I think the one that I had most vividly was that first fight between Jet Jaguar and Gauss. Like that was definitely one I had the most vivid mental image for. The other stuff was a little bit looser, but I also, what I knew for sure that I absolutely knew needed to happen was that there would be a giant Jet Jaguar that gets crippled by the smaller Gauss. And speaking of which, I guess that addresses the thing GVR pointed out earlier about, like, oh, you know, funny how the monsters here aren't really giant size, and that was kind of deliberate. We really...
Well, I mean, yeah, I figured it was deliberate. I was saying it was unique that you guys did it and made it work.
Yeah. Right. And I'm glad you agree that we made it work, because it was like, you know what, that was fun. I
I
figured.
didn't somehow think, oh, they accidentally stumbled on doing this thing.
Uh-huh. Right. So it was like, well, we definitely wanted to make sure that they got bigger as the match went on, but they never like went kaiju sized, except for Jet, technically. Because I was trying to be mindful of like, okay, size alteration power. How can I use this in a way that makes sense? I guess. So bring it up, and that was just all around pretty fun to write with. That was just trying to adjust to the scaling when needed, and then even the spoilers for those who haven't read it incoming. Even the Gauss kill where Jet Jaguar uses the giant arm was that is sick, and I like that. Even though as silly as the idea is of attaching a big wire to a bunch of other wires, it's how's the power source work for that? Don't worry about it. Boom. Cool factor, baby. It was that was just all around fun. Oh yeah, that's right. And I'm sure there's this other elephant in the room called Frankenstein talking. Yeah, to explain that one, Alex, I'm pretty sure you were the one that definitely pitched for that one. You got Gray Shot's approval, but would you mind kind of elaborating on how you got?
So there was this recent I think it was from last year. There's this blog on Toho Kingdom about all the cut movies. One of them was a movie called Frankenstein vs. Human Vapor, which I think was one of the working projects for what would become Frankenstein vs. Baragon. In that movie, Frankenstein talked, so that kind of gave us the justification to allow Frankenstein to speak in limited capacity. And naturally, since this was his finale, we decided to go for it.
Yeah, pretty much. It was at the very least, even if you don't agree with the idea of him talking, at least from my perspective, it did. I definitely tried to keep the language limited.
That's what we agreed on.
Right. That's I didn't want to have full conversations going on or anything. But I think for me at least, the dialogue for Frankenstein, especially for one particular moment of character for him, I think just kind of worked. It was perfect. That felt natural to me, and it was thank goodness. I think I think everyone who's read the match should know what I'm talking about. Because it's I felt if I just did that with grunts, maybe I could have pulled it off, but even that's just kind of what have you. But yeah, no, it was kind of surprising that this match is only 20,000 something words long. I'm wow, this short. It's strangely shorter than either of us would have thought. Weirdly enough, but it does make sense when you read it. That's oh, okay, nice little short story.
After Attack and Armored Titan versus Gyra and Sanda.
Right.
The expectation from you two working together is just a novel.
Right.
Yeah, and the thing I will say about this match is compared to the other two, and this is a very good positive, is that the pacing is much more improved. 318 was kind of start stop, while 71, the Gamma versus Hitter round 2,
341.
341.
We're not at 371 yet.
yeah. Sorry. I don't know why I thought that. The 341 I thought was good for the first 25%, and then immediately hit a wall. Or maybe 20%, then hits a pacing wall that it doesn't recover from until maybe the last 5 pages. This
But Gray Shot KWC doesn't have pages.
It's just one big wall of text for everything.
It really is.
But pacing is still a matter of fact of how you read something. And
No, I'm just being a jackass because you said
I
5 pages.
But fun fact, before it goes up on the site, it's actually in a Google or Word document, and those have pages.
Yes.
No, we thought they just manifested onto the site with no one doing anything.
Oh,
That's only on
I
occasion.
thought, I thought you just sent like written pages to Anthony.
Yeah, they're good. They're the little doodles. He translates. Or
You
no,
mean
yeah,
these
this.
aren't written live and posted live on the site?
No, they're not. They're
So, Mr.
written well in advance.
Mr. Toho Kingdom doesn't write them when the day seems fit.
No, because Mr. Toho will sue us if that happens. Yeah, but this match had better pacing. It slows down slightly when the villains are discussing their evil plans, and then they enact their evil plans without any reason, which is a little annoying. Yeah, it's definitely your best paced match by far. So I give you that, Alex.
I still think 318 is the best one.
I'm still like
Agree to disagree.
I'm still like happy, like really happier with 318 personally, but I'm sorry, I'm just
Reaching opinions are like assholes. Mine are right.
Oh my gosh. But yeah. I'm trying to think of let's see. Oh shoot, where did I stop? That's right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, we were gonna have more gals in this, but we just kind of decided to keep it at the one to, I guess, to streamline things, and the goal's gonna fulfill the job of the baby gals.
Yeah, that's right. That was another alteration because there was gonna be a section like after Jaguar took care of the first wave of ghouls where there would be baby Gauss, but I opted to remove them partially because I felt like I think Gauss felt more credible when it was a singular thing. And while I totally understand these are just infants, and it's like, oh, Jaguar handled his own against Gauss in round 1, and so baby Gauss aren't an issue. It did just kind of feel like I don't know. There was just something about it that took away from the name, so I was like, okay. I basically substituted that for more ghoul action sequences. And inadvertently kind of paved way for a very, very short-lived Frankenstein versus Jaguar round 2. So I was like, all right, that works. So that was I was like, oh sweet, I get to have Jet fight Frankenstein again. Except this one's much more. It leads to that one bit for Frankenstein that I like. That is like the emotional venting of Frankenstein. That was like, hell yeah, I got something. So that was fun. Thank goodness. But yeah, and then, like I said, the banner for this one, going back to the banner real quick, I did have like this template of like this movie style poster thing in mind. Like if you look at the edges of the banner, you'll see little musical notes that are like lower in opacity, which is a thing you would see on a lot of the old school Toho movies, is like these weird musical notes that line the edges of the poster. So I guess that's another thing I'll get copyright infringed for. But jokes aside, so it's finally exciting to have a banner that will just having a banner that finally utilizes the style, because this is something I've had in mind for a while, and I'm just glad it finally came to light. And Alex, I guess if you want to finish off with any more elaboration, as Godzilla fan 8889 types up his thoughts on the 2 matches. So.
Yeah, it was definitely really nice to do a horror match. Yeah, really glad I also got to do like Inspector Jet Jaguar like I always wanted. Because that's just a fun idea. Him and Goro going around solving mysteries. And then finally getting to do that Frankenstein match. Although I Given X and I had to make sure we didn't made it to the deadline, but it all worked out.
Yeah. So, get all the verified permissions and make sure we made it to our scheduled deadline. Holy moly. So, pray to gosh this is a lesson learned, especially for me. No, we'll just do it again. It creates...
Yeah, that's our style.
Yeah. Fast-paced movies. Go, go, go. So, yeah, I know.
Yeah, we make movies at the very last second.
Somehow. Don't ask me how that works.
Hey, it works. Because remember, we finished 318 2 days before it was supposed to be posted.
Oh gosh.
You know, generally, like, making movies, like, and cramming in all the work right before the deadline, that's typically, like, abuse for the people involved.
Well, except it's just two of us, so...
KaijuX, Alex, you guys need to have a union for yourselves.
We must oppose this tyranny. That
Non-union, we can't do that.
We'll form a union then.
So wait, this doesn't... Gosh darn it.
A union of kaiju writing maniacs.
I don't think that's going to change much. But yeah, no. Anything else, Alex? Anything else on there?
I don't think so.
All right.
It
Well,
was fun writing Jet Jaguar kill a bunch of vampires, though.
oh yeah. So I'm glad I left enough open for that action sequence. But yeah, I will leave 350 on this one tiny extra Easter egg that I'm sure is obvious if you see it, but I'm sure everyone's probably wondering what it says. Is the golden Japanese text below Jet Jaguar, the name. That there says, effectively says, like, I think Chosei Tatakai, and that is like bloodthirsty battle, because the name of the trilogy is Bloodthirsty, which is like Chosei or something like that, and then battle is just because it's a fight. So I was like, all right, Chosei Tatakai.
So you mean you got it right this time? Is
Yes. Yeah, it's Tatakai, not Takakai.
Is that an epic Attack on Titan reference?
Potentially, yes, it is.
That's pretty cool, KaijuX. Too bad Grayshot's gonna kill you for including a subtitle.
Damn. Alright. Oh! Okay, before we migrate, Godzilla Fan 889 on the Discord server says 349. It's an okay match, not much to say other than an admittedly cool kill. And for 350, this was a pretty unique one with how it was framed. It was man was Frankenstein's character done extremely well. The other characters were alright, and the action was great. Really interesting how you stretched Frankenstein's regen growth to its logical extreme. Thank you, Godzilla Fan. That much appreciated.
I love how it kind of sounds like you're patting yourself on the back when you read it. Like, obviously it's someone else, but just the fact that you read it directly, just like, you when you're talking about yourself.
I must stroke my ego.
KaijuX really be that meme of Obama giving Obama.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
KaijuX is actually Obama.
Are we moving on to 351 now?
Yes.
Plant
Yes.
versus plant.
Right. Round 2. Right. So with that said,
Zombies.
right, we will transition over from match 350 to match 351. Garorin versus Biolante, round 2.
Never mind, 350 was bad because the monsters weren't even kaiju.
351. I'm sorry. 351.
Yes, Garorin versus Biolante, round 2.
Oh my.
4.
Oh my god.
I can tell Nagoto loves this match.
I knew I was about to make that joke.
GR, we share a brain cell.
We really do.
We all share the same brain cell here, don't you know?
Oh Lord. Written and banner by Landon Soto. And, and yeah, with that said, we'll go from the top. Well, okay, Ganyu and Godzilla fan, get your comments ready. Gray Shot, what'd you think of it?
For the match itself, I thought it nice. It was a definitely good action. I like the setting with Biollante being like alone and trying just to like stay. It's very much a play on a beast that is alone and then intruder. But I'm glad Gororin did not end up dying in the end like the other one. This was had its own unique feel and overall very enjoyable. I will also say the banner itself is amazing. I love it. It is probably my favorite banners of the year easily, and anything with Gororin, it gets also a win from my girlfriend who loves Gororin. So,
hey!
Based.
Hell yeah, that's the most based opinion I've ever heard. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We need more Gororin matches.
There will be in time.
Everyone listening, you should write a Gororin match.
And submit it our way. Come on.
Only
Right.
2 people.
Write a bunch of Gororin matches so we can get Gororin money. And it won't be a Gororin match every week. There'll be a Gororin match every day of the month.
Oh my gosh, that would be the most overblown thing. Just like imagine scrolling up the KWC like archive, and it's just like 30 matches with Gororin back to back to back. Holy moly! Oh good gosh. Oh.
Well, the finale will be Gororin versus Gororin.
Oh lordy.
That was something that someone actually requested in the survey last year, by the way.
Yes. So it's become an in-joke for us. Gororin versus Gororin. It's great.
Yeah, because it's the most awesome matchup ever.
Just 2 cactus balls rolling around. Gray Shot, did you have anything else to elaborate on, or?
For the match itself, no. All I have to say is every banner with Gororin is amazing because of his eyes. You can do so many things. Like, what I would like to do is have a banner where Gororin is, like, in the desert, and he's, like, one eye looks one way, one eye looks the other. You know, he has, like, the 2 lines, like, okay, everything's safe, and then there's, like, an explosion of dirt, and a monster shows up behind him, like, an all-in-one GIF banner. Like, I think that'll be the combination of Gororin. It's just maximum facial movements in one GIF banner. Otherwise, that little tangent aside, no, this Landon did a great job.
All right.
On the banner and the match.
Yes. Okay, GVR's muted right now. I'll read what Ganyu had to say. Yes. Match 351. Cactus Nibba versus Weird Ass Plant Thingamabobber. This was a fun little match, and I like how Biollante was just like, chill, bruh, the entire time, while Gororin was basically giving Biollante the middle finger with his non-existent hands. The banner is amazing too. I love how Gororin is just thinking, oh shit, oh fuck.
Wow, KaijuX just read out a diet slur.
Well, thank goodness it wasn't the regular one. Alright. And then Godzilla fan is currently typing, so...
I'm back.
Okay, GVR, you're back. What'd you think of the match?
Fun. Nice, fun little match. I don't really have too much to say on it, other than just, like, loved the setup, loved the characterization, the action was very fun. Very much enjoyed the ending. Thought that was nice. I also really enjoyed the banner. Loved the action. There's a reason that this was the one chosen last year to be like the preview banner for the survey.
Oh yeah.
It's just it's not a banner you forget. You know, good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one I prefer I don't know which one I prefer between this one and the round 1.
Yeah. Funny enough, this is both their second matches sequentially that feature them both. So 286 and 351 for both Biollante and Gurorin. So funny how that works.
Yeah. Yeah, no, good stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. Joe, do you have any thoughts on the match, banner, etc.?
The banner is really, really funny. I've always loved this banner.
Hell yeah.
I love the oh shit expression that Goron has. Biollante looks really cool. I haven't read the match, but it's a Ditto match with Goron, so I know it's gonna be straight fire.
Then why didn't you read it?
Shut up.
Alright.
Yeah, Joe's the exception, not the rule, because he's straight fire.
Yes, unlike Bacon,
Oh,
who
yeah.
apparently
But
didn't
Joe's
read
bi.
it either.
By fire.
Is that his rap name?
By fire?
Yeah, that's my favorite name.
Alright, Gigantus has a comment. Can I just say the banner for this fight is hilarious? And yeah. Really?
I like how the Gigantus is apparently Maguma with Mechanicon pictures of these 3 different things at once.
Oh my gosh. Alright, Godzilla fan 889 says, like a lot of people said, it's a fun little lighthearted match that still manages to have some good action crammed in. Obviously, the banner is great too, and a challenge for a banner maker to give Goron the most ridiculous expression that you can. By fire. Oh man. Yeah, no. G-Fan 889 won't be 888.9 won't be. I'm missing an 8 in there, alright. Won't be here for long, but glad you're able to join with us, man. And, you know, maybe next time you'll be able to stay for longer. I hope. So, but yeah. Let's see. Joe gave his thoughts. That leaves to me. Okay, me. Yeah, no, I remember this one a little bit better. I really like the setup to the match, and I really like the like the match itself has a nice lighthearted tone, but it doesn't hold back with the fighting, which I like. And the fact that Goron gets to live by the end of it, like being nurtured by Biollante, is like, what an adorable ending. Oh my gosh, that was so cute. I was like, oh my gosh, my heart. But yeah, no, like, this is a really fun fight. It's super short, super simple, but you know what? It does what it does really well. Shoot, it's so good. Yeah, no, I really love this match. It's just as simple as it is. And friggin' just the banner is spectacular. My gosh. I cannot stress enough how good this banner is. I don't think any of us can. Like, my gosh, this is just right up there. It's so perfect. But yeah, like, I know. I can't really say much about this one just because it's too good. I like a lot of its action beats sort of like move at a nice pace, and just like, you know, enough happens to where, like, you know, it's justified in being a fight. So,
I mean, it do be a Ditto match, so it's short but fun.
Short but fun, absolutely fun. So I always enjoy.
Just like Ditto himself.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's Ditto style. We all have our different styles.
Hell yeah. So, and
Yeah,
yeah.
like Joe's style of not reading.
Damn. Oh lordy. But yeah, no.
And past KaijuX's style of tent swapping constantly.
Oh no! Don't remind me.
I just was reminded of that because I remember Grayshot justifying uploading 155 with, I thought it was just KaijuX's style.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
You're not wrong.
Oh, good grief. But yeah, no, with that said, I think, oh, crap! I forgot. I'm sorry. Dakota, what'd you think of it?
Dare you?
Oh yeah, sure. Forget about me and the rest of us down here. Ah,
No, I don't care that he forgot about me. I'm angry that he forgot about you, my son.
KaijuX has confirmed that, like, lower classes.
Gosh darn
okay, so I'm gonna speak about the banner first. Really fun looking banner. Scared looking Gorogan. The motion blur on Biollante is nice. And then as for the match itself, like how Biollante apparently just took over Sogel Island for her own garden. And it just adopts Gorogan as one of her plants now. That was fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my thoughts are basically the same as everyone else's. Short, but a lot of fun, as expected with the majority of Ditto's matches.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And yeah, I think I like this one a lot more than the first round.
I could see, like, I think, like, the first round does some cool stuff, but I think this one, I kind of prefer round 2 over round 1. No offense to Christian Salibert, like, he did a really solid round 1. But I think it's just because this one's just so simple and so lighthearted, it just feels really nice. There's a nice feeling to it that kind of makes me prefer it more than round 1. But round 1 is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. So
Yeah, it's the same feeling you get when you hug Ditto.
But yeah, okay, now that we covered everyone, let me check if there was any other comments. No, and no at the moment. So all right, Gray Shot's good to be heading off for just a tiny bit. And yeah, we will migrate over to the most recent KWC circa this live stream. So it's not used to saying record. Oh gosh darn, I'm too used to saying recording. Gosh darn it. So tell Bacon to leave his thoughts because he's not here right now. Rest in peace, Bacon.
Bacon, get the fuck in.
So, yeah. Oh, right. Let me switch over the thing on the actual thing. Boom! Most recent match, Colossal Titan, match 352. Colossal Titan versus Rathalos. Written by Vincent Roger and banner by Landon Soto. Gray Shot's currently not here right now. Getting you know what to do.
Shuts off regretting his life decisions.
So, GVR, what'd you think of the match?
I thought it was solid. Don't really have a whole lot to say other than that. The action was fun. Setup was neat, even if underdeveloped. Could have been done more to make the setup better and feel like more part of the match, but I still thought the setup was neat. Enjoyed Cabal's character here. Thought the Greater Rathalos' character was also well done. Enjoyed that. What else is there? The banner looks really good. I really like the banner. Good job on that one, Ditto. I thought KaijuX made that one for some reason.
No, that was Ditto. All Ditto. So.
Okay. Yeah. the good thing about having Rathlos in the KWC is that there's 1,000 PNGs on the internet of the Monster Hunter monsters.
Yep. So we're good.
That
So,
is really
Wow, it's
useful.
like that's good incentive to add more.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. These characters are not obscure in the least. Thank gosh.
Yeah. Also, there's a skirt buffalo in the banner, so based.
Yes, 110%. There he is.
It's also a rainbow, so
And Colossal Titan's ass.
Cheeks.
Yeah, I was about to say, Colossal Titan has a big ass.
And he's dabbing.
oh man, now we gotta censor it.
Nice.
Also,
Oh, go ahead.
I wanna, like, it just popped into my mind, but like the way Colossal Titan's ass looks and the position of his body, his torso looks like a dick.
All right.
Oh, so Andrew, why'd you cock bacon?
Okay, we'll get to that. I cooked him in several ways, but
We'll get to that.
we'll get to that in a second.
I don't have
well,
anything else
the
to say about
people
the match.
wanna
It was
know
good,
now.
solid, has flaws, but overall fine.
I'll get to that when it's my turn. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great shot.
Is
What'd you
my-
think of it? Yes. Go ahead.
So I thought this match was kinda uneven. The first half is really a lot of setup for no payoff. I thought it's. I mean, you would get introduced to a wide load of characters very quickly. There's not even descriptions for most of them, and the focus of this match should have been primarily Kubal, like his thoughts, his mindset. Because while you get a sequel bait for this that theoretically could have the other characters, it felt like the beginning should have been focused more so on Aaron, Levi, and Kubal, and maybe just left out the rest, because other than fan service, which it's not even like they do anything, it's just they're listed. There's not much that they actually do, all these other side characters. So I felt the opening was up until Kubal was on the island, was kind of meh. It really didn't pay off to everything else that came after. The rest of the characters don't even reappear, minus the threat that Rathalos might go looking for them. So first half kind of left me on like a more negative note, while the beginning half was fun. It was a very good fight. Rathalos is turning out to be a fantastic KWC combatant. I think he's like a more vicious legendary Rodan in some ways, and his power, I mean, he's flying dragon, it's just cool.
Technically, he's a wyvern.
Oh yeah, wyvern. He's turning out to be very capable, and win. Spoilers, but he does win. So he's a very capable combatant at the end of the day. So I'd say that this match is kind of unequal. Again, the beginning half just doesn't, I don't think, works with everything that comes after. But the fight itself and the detail is good. It's there. Also, I know KaijuX had to work on this a little bit, so I appreciate. I do want to point that out and give a shout out there and appreciate that. So I'd probably give it like a 5 or a 6. I think people are going to remember the latter half more so than the beginning half, and Kamal getting his comeuppance, I think, should have been the focus on the story, with his point of view being that from the beginning instead of just the midway point.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's my general thoughts on the match.
All right.
Oh, and the banner is great. The banner is very good. I think there should have been some kind of I think there should have been some kind of effect on the Colossal Titan, maybe, but
I mean, he's got the steam, but
I know. Maybe just like some kind of effect on him in itself. Maybe it's just because I've gone through I'm currently going through a shtick where I stylize all my banners, that way they all seem in one theme. But
Trish, I'd be like, just obscure Colossal Titan with theme.
No. I don't think it's bad. I don't think he's bad at all. But I think it's just blended. I don't know what you do. Slightly. Rathalos looks great. I'll say this. Rathalos looks amazing. It's such a good. The shot, the poses, dynamic as hell. I'd give the banner probably like a 7, maybe 8 out of 10. But yeah, it's easily the best part.
Greyshot's a robot because he just keeps saying numbers.
Like I try to give things like a rating, and this is a very dynamic, very cool banner. especially with the detail with like the buffalo and the rain. Like it's very. You could tell by looking at this is Skull Island, which is hilarious to think about now that Rathalos has just appeared on Skull Island. He's now like canon to the island.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Fresh, you just don't like the Colossal Titan in this banner because you can see his ass.
Listen, it's not really an ass because it's not an ass. Because he's a giant humanoid robot. So, I mean, the equivalent is like it's a body built for Kubal that's not living on its own. So, yeah.
Anything can be an ass if you're brave enough.
I was gonna say those ass cheeks are gonna be clapped. Okay. All right.
See, that'd work if there was a nuclear bomb going off.
Yeah, to give people some context, in the Discord chat, I just posted like the banner, but I applied like a bunch of effects to it, so it's just bright as hell.
So great job, Landon. Good job, Vincent.
All right. I also wanted to Joe, did you have any thoughts to elaborate? Oh my gosh.
The banner is really awesome. Ditto did a really good job with this banner.
So, all right. And all right. Yeah, I assume that's it for Joe. Okay, I'll give my thoughts on the match and sort of a little bit of history with it. So first off, well, okay, I guess I'll go into history first. This was going to be Rathalos's debut match.
Until you cooked bacon.
Yeah, like I had noticed. I was thinking about it. I was like, do I really want to? But I also noticed the lack of Kong matches, and I mean, understandably, we were waiting for GVK for that one. I decided to go ahead of the game and make the match 330. And kind of took Bacon's spot for writing a Rathalos match. So it's like, on one hand, I didn't want to do it. On the other hand, I feel like it was for the better, and I'll be going into that in just a little bit. But yeah, no, it was like, get a Kong match, get a Rathalos match. Match was fire, seems to be positively well received, so I doesn't seem to have any problems there. I felt like I did the right thing, especially getting a Kong legendary match in. That seemed like, because we have like a list of matches, so we know what's coming up. And the distinct lack of any legendary Kong matches was a concern to me, because I was like, okay, so you're trying to tell me we're going to have to wait well over a year before we get a legendary Kong match? No. In you go. And thus this was born. So, yeah, and my only promise to Bacon was the fact that 352 would be like this match. His match would be in this year. That was my promise to him. So once we found a spot for it, it was not going to budge. So at the very least, I wanted to make sure his match got in too, because it also deserves to be viewed, because I think it's got solid stuff. However, I also knew it was going to take some time because it was kind of rough around the edges. It needed to be touched up a bit, and so I did. Like the first half.
Why'd you insult your own match,
Gosh darn it! I'll insult you. Anyway. But friggin', yeah, no, 352 required a lot of touching up in a couple areas. I felt like there were certain, first half wasn't, like, as bad, just a couple of, punctuation errors or what have you. That was about the worst of it. I think it was more so the second half where things got kind of confusing. And one of the things that kind of, like got like the original version of this. Like, so I removed the one sentence that said fuck and then reinstated it just because it was like, no, how could you? And so I was like, okay, I'll give it this demand once and I'll just see how it plays out. If people feel like it's fine, then
Ganged up on you for that.
yeah, and you know what? The funny thing was, Grayshot somehow posted the old version like preloaded. So I'm like, I don't know how he did that, but that helped because at least I was able to get the original sentence back. But that aside, like, okay, I was gonna let that slide. What I wasn't going to let slide was Kubal's characterization. The original version of this had him, for the lack of a better word, he was much more of a coward in that one. Like, sure, he was going to fight, but there was a much greater emphasis on him being afraid, which to me felt like was overplaying Rathalos being a threat. So I felt like tone down that fear factor and just kind of let the match be of two determined fighters duke it out. And I feel like that in of itself would be for the better. Just so that way it felt like, these two were throwing hands the whole time and and then Rathalos proves victorious. I felt like that was more earned compared to Kubal is afraid of Rathalos. So I'm hoping I hope that's like an understandable justification of why so I just knew this one needed time and plenty of time I needed for it. Even though I sent it over to Grayshot, went back, edited it, and then just whatever. But yeah, friggin', that one took a bit because it was pretty rough around the edges. But other than that, though, it was so I kind of agree with Grayshot with it being somewhat unbalanced, and unless there is a sequel that comes from this, which I think there is. I think there's going to. Okay, sweet. So okay,
this is going to expand into an entire series that has 20 matches.
Probably.
20 matches in 72 monsters.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, I'm pretty confident I think he told me there was going to be or someone told me there was going to be a continuation of this, so I was like, okay.
I think Bacon said it was going to be a trilogy.
Okay, a trilogy. Yeah, that's right. So, alright. So, at the very least, we'll see, for now, I semi-understand where Grayshot's coming from, but at least for the time being, we'll see how it plays out and how this greater story arc thing, holds up. It's almost, funny enough, it's almost like the live-action Monster Hunter movie. Oh yeah, it has some cool stuff and good moments, but it sets up a whole bunch of things that aren't going to be paid off. Hopefully Bacon will be able to pay his off, so. Right, Paul W.S. Anderson? Anyway.
Well, he said he's never going to leave a franchise again.
Alright.
Because with the last time he did, Mortal Kombat Annihilation happened.
Yeah. So.
He left and made it Kino.
So, well, we'll see how the trilogy plays out, and so long as it's able to sort of give everyone and everything it's due, then yeah, awesome, sweet. I'll probably revoke any complaints I had about this match before, or any other complaints about the match if it gets a continuation.
I hope they get Uapol to do the sequel.
Gosh darn it.
That'd be awesome.
Oh no. But yeah, no, the fighting was fun though. That was a fun sequence. Again, it was just the way it was written had to be cleaned up some, but it was a fun fight. So it's all right. But yeah, Rathalos canonically part of Skull Island now. I know Grayshot already made that joke, but gosh darn it, we're all thinking it.
I'll be back in a bit to do the KaijuX stuff.
Gotcha. And yeah, and killer banner from Ditto. Love the way it looks. I'm a simple man, simple to appease. So there you go. Yeah, Nagoda, what'd you think of it?
This match was short, really short, but it had some interesting moments. The constant regeneration of the Colossal Titan versus the tenacity and constant attack from the Rathalos were nice to see. some reason, this being Skull Island has another Rathalos match. It's funny to see. That poor Skirt Buffalo, though. He just showed up, got thrown, and died.
Damn.
It's always good to see more Rathalos matches, though. And when the new monster comes out, it's always good to see more matches with them. As for the banner itself, nice rainbow, good steam effects in the closets of Titan, and I like the flames on Rathalos.
Hey, yeah. But yeah. Did you have anything else to elaborate on, Nagoda, or is that roughly it?
Are you ever gonna answer that guy in the chat who's asking you to play Roblox?
I will in a second. I was gonna get to that after Alex gave his thoughts.
Alright.
No, we don't play Roblox because we're not babies.
Unless it's
Damn.
KaijuX Plays.
Yeah, we'll do it for KaijuX Plays.
Because I'm a big baby. Alright. But, anything else, Nagoda? Anything?
That's it for me.
Okay. And Alex, before I get to the comments in the chat, what'd you think of the match?
I enjoyed it quite a bit. I actually really did enjoy the first half because that's just stuff I legitimately love. Characters interacting made the ship feel more lively.
Fair enough.
Instead of just Aaron and Levi. So yeah, I don't really care too much about how fast something goes. As long as it's good, I don't care what the pacing's like.
Fair
So
enough.
for me, I wasn't bothered by this. Kubal interacting with Skull Island was nice. Fight itself was pretty good. Nice to see Rathalos finally get a win. And I can't wait to see what Bacon has in store for the sequel.
Sweet. Didn't Bacon leave his thoughts in here? Let me see. Okay, yeah,
he said he says he likes it. He says this is like the middle of his writing.
Yeah.
So it isn't the worst of my writing, but I got better. Yeah. He just said it's in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle, so. Alright, that's fair enough, I'm gonna go over to chat comments and kind of get caught up with that. My apologies, you guys. Did not mean to leave you guys hanging. So, regarding 251 real quick, Gigantus said, I also must say I like how this match ended. Not a brutal death, but by Biolante's softer side showing and trying to calm Gororin down. I won't get that out of my head now. Or I think that might have been a response to something else. And then, Bambi Jamoral Kaspoing, your boy Shingojira. Not Shingojira 14. No, that's Strip Matter, he commented. Do you play Roblox? No, I do not. I currently I'm not playing video games at the moment too much, except for anything I do for KaijuX Plays, which is basically Monster Hunter. So, speaking of which, I gotta resume on that. Anyway, and Joshua Strip.
You gotta hunt all those Rathalos down.
Yeah,
You gotta transform into a closet Titan.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not so. Baby Jamoral is not Strip Matter, which I figured from the different typing style. I have no idea what Bulbox is, but whatever. And Joshua Strip Matter says, "Who needs knights slaying dragons when you have big naked WWE wrestlers punching dragons in the face?" Very true.
Just like ancient Greece and Rome would have wanted it.
They would have been really happy with how things have evolved. Giant naked people? Oh hell yeah. Oh lordy.
I mean, fun fact: the original wrestling in Greece and Rome and stuff was done like that.
Huh. Interesting.
Just not against giant fire-breathing dragons.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Bruh.
Moment. And yeah. Wow. So, yeah, I think that kind of concludes the KWC portion of this this podcast. Now we have to move on to the KWCEs, which I will allow GVR to take over for this.
I'm going to desperately hope that someone has actually read them other than I.
GVR, I'm afraid to say I have not read any of these. I am the new
Read
Joe.
them.
I'm sorry, I've been busy.
Read them live.
All right, the people at Nerve headquarters watched a mixture of all terror.
So that's the one we talked about last podcast.
Which we were going to talk about this podcast because no one read it.
And no one. Okay. Have you read any of the 3 KWCEs?
What's a KWCE?
I'm going to throw you out a window.
Wait, there's something called a KWCE? This is new to me.
Nagoda, did you read any of the 3 KWCEs?
Which ones were those? I need to.
75, 76, and 77.
No, I mean like. What
Evangelion.
I'm not
75 is the Evangelion units versus Showa Rodan and Showa Anguirus versus Showa Godzilla.
Oh yeah, that one was fun. I don't
We'll get
remember much of it, but it was really fun.
Yeah. 76 was Redman versus Tyrant.
Haven't read that one yet.
And 77 was Mothra Leo versus Heisei Godzilla and Godzillasaurus.
I made the banner for that one.
Oh my gosh.
Because I accidentally left it out of the KWC, so
No, it just never got to you, I don't think.
Yeah, it just never got, never got to our way. So
Yeah, I sent that one back. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But just like back when we had 3 verifiers, I swear Alex was the only one doing anything. Okay.
I'm with Joe. It's a KWCE.
I wasn't even gonna bother asking you because I already knew what you were gonna say.
Yeah, where's the real KWCE lead? I only want to hear from her.
Well, she's not here right now.
Oh, so you're like the consolation prize?
he's like the
KW.
teacher that shows up and everyone just
shoot up the street.
great.
KWCE 75 Evangelion Unit 0001 and 02 versus Showa Rodan and Showa Anguirus versus Showa Godzilla versus Showa King Ghidorah. Apparently, I'm gonna have to talk about all 3, which is good because I wrote 2 of them.
okay. Well, okay. We'll see what Nagoda has to add, but let's just get on with
I'll get to him after I say my thoughts on 75. I enjoyed 75. I know it's been a controversial match just because like it does move by very quickly, but I think it makes good usage of its time and has good enough action and character stuff to be a very fun and good read. Even if I do agree it could be a bit longer, but yeah. Nagoda, what do you think of 75?
A lot of fun. I like how this basically just picked right off after the sequel to it, and I don't know. It was just a lot of good fights. There was a lot of. Sorry, there's a dog currently trying to jump in my lap right now.
Nagoda died.
Darn. Rip Nagoda.
Yeah, KaijuX, let me know if anyone in like the YouTube chat says anything.
Yeah, no one said anything yet, so you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay, the dog hopped over to my brother. Okay. Nice use of the Evangelion weapons. The monsters were really fun to be fighting. That's basically all I have to say on this one. Good fight, good story, a lot of blood.
Okay.
Alright.
Makes sense. I can agree with that. KWCE 76 was Redman versus Tyrant. This is our October match. We were originally going to have 2 matches in October, but our plans for Halloween kind of fell through. Just because we're all busy.
Mega case of the mega damn, but understandable.
Yeah, no time.
Yep, that was literally it. Yeah, Redman vs. Tyrant, first off, has a very good-looking banner done by Godzilla Fan 8889. Very happy with him doing that. Secondly,
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Just
Do you have that banner in your thing?
Yes, I do have the banner thing. I'm adding them both now. So.
Okay.
Let me get that. Boom. And resize this one to be more fitting. Do not be on top of the Discord overlay, please. Thank you.
Bruh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It was written by me. I forgot to mention that 75 was written by Harley, also known as Shipper's Dreamer on the forums.
Right. She is the leader of the KBCE, for those not in the know.
Yes. And I am the second in command, pretty much.
Yep. Yeah, he's basically the representative here. So.
Yeah, because Bacon's busy at his parents' house and Harley just does her own thing.
Yeah.
Okay. There's not a lot for me to say on this one. I'm very happy with it, and I'm glad to see that a lot of people on the forums are happy with it as well. I just had the idea of, like, Redman tends to be written as, like, a kaiju slasher. So I thought it would be interesting to put him up against a more powerful kaiju, because typically he only fights very weak kaiju. So I thought it'd be interesting to put him up against a strong one that can actually, like, fight him and take vengeance at the same time. Tyrant's usually depicted as a villain, even though, given that what he is, there is definitely a lot of potential for him to be a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Being the souls of slain kaiju. They were very vengeful for the Ultras, towards the Ultras.
Yeah.
And yeah, just we figured it would be a good October match because there's definitely horror themes to it with the whole Revenant angle and just how the fight turns out, to say the least, to those who haven't read it yet. Because it's a Redman match, so you know it's gonna be gory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, if I may input, like, again, I haven't read the match, but I like the match idea, and especially after seeing because I've been going through the Ultra series lately, and having seen the Tyrant episode, I'm like, hell yeah, he was awesome. Like, even though the episode is mostly a stock footage grab, recontextualizing the Ultraman canon in a bizarre way, which is just basically the release dates of the episodes. But it's like seeing Tyrant, I could totally get his appeal, and I look forward to seeing more Ultra stuff. And then, yeah, the matchup here makes perfect, reasonable, and logical sense. And yeah, so really like that.
Yeah, I am looking at the YouTube chat now. Not a whole lot. Just Joshua Strittmeyer saying that the banner's good and that apparently Redman killed off someone in MIB.
Oh, no kidding. I haven't been watching MIB for a bit, so.
I can't believe Redman killed Will Smith. Yeah, Joe.
So.
But yeah, no, I am very proud of this match. Glad people enjoy it. And not a whole lot else to say.
Alright, so.
I read through it when it went up, and like I do see places where I feel like I should have improved on it, but
It's alright for what it is. So.
yeah, no, it's just the way it is when you look through stuff you wrote a while ago. I wrote this one like probably a year or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not entirely sure.
I'm sure it was A-okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have probably enjoyed it if you read it. If you would read it all, please. Read the dang KWCEs. I beg of you people.
Nah.
My heart wants to, my brain doesn't. So, could you rewire my brain, please?
Yeah, I'll do it with this gun.
He's gonna get Mike Pence to help him.
Deep blasted.
Okay. Yeah. If anyone in the chat says anything about 76, I'll go back to them.
Of course.
But I'm going to move on to 77 right now.
All right. Oh. Bad.
Yeah. That 77 was also written by me, with the banner by Nagoda, which I also enjoy. It's definitely an older banner of his, but I would say it holds up. Just like, oh god.
I feel like the Nagota's banner, like the Godzilla Source half, actually looks great. I think that part of it looks legitimately good. The Godzilla half, like, has a. I get what it's going for, like the whole destruction thing, but I feel like it's a little wonky. Godzilla himself looks great, and next to the destroyed stuff looks great. I just feel like the fire effects feel a little wonky. And Mothra Leo, I could totally understand like the resources for a straight front shot is a little difficult to come across, but it doesn't seem bright enough compared to the other two, and I see a distinct outline from, I guess, whatever image it was cropped from, unless that's just a glow effect. I can't tell. But yeah, but it's like
everything he makes is better than the Mona Lisa.
Well, I can criticize the Mona Lisa, so.
Yeah, I would agree with KaijuX in this front. I liked what it's going for, and I think the execution is just one step away from being great. But for what it is, I still think it's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fairness to Nagoda, he made this banner in like 2017.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was a long time.
Long time ago. So obviously, Alex, we're free to criticize it because it's not him now.
Well, Nagoda was always perfect.
Yeah. Oh, also Maguma Gigantus Mechanic Kong, the hybrid of all three. He said, "Oh yeah, I can't forget the matchup where Red Man finally wound up claiming his comeuppance after all those years of monster killing." Yep, exactly the idea with that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to talk about that one, about how that one ends.
Yeah. Nah, you're good. Ugh.
Okay. But yeah, Mothra Leo versus Godzilla and Godzilla Source. There's a bit of a history with this match. I originally wrote it in like 2017 because Godzilla Source's retirement was announced, and I raced to get it done because it was like a deadline of like before December ended or before December started, one of the two.
It was something like that. I thought it was January. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I think it was like before December ended, and I managed to get it, and so I sent it to one of the 3 verifiers at the time. And then it just disappeared, I guess.
Because I don't remember ever getting. Well, it's weird. It was weird.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that one. Which I still need to read, but unfortunately work is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm mostly joking on it, like, read them or die.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, I wrote this, I was really excited for it to be going up. It would have been my first matchup, because it would have been my first match. But it just never happened. It was getting closer and closer to the last Godzilla Source match, and I was like, oh man, is mine gonna be the last Godzilla Source match to ever go up? And then we got the nature documentary, and I was sad.
Aww. And then you hated Godzilla Source forever after that.
I just wanna imagine like little child GVR crying.
Should have made it a reunion special. Godzilla Source is getting brought back this one time because technical issues on our end.
5 years later.
GVR, even though I was a 17-year-old, I was still like over 6 feet tall.
That's still a child.
You're a 6 foot.
Was the definition of a big baby.
Shut up. But yeah, no. Wrote this match to be, well, to go up for Godzilla Source. I had originally requested this match actually on the thing, and then I just ended up going, fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it works, right? Dang it. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it exactly. My gosh. Oh.
Yeah. As for the actual match itself, it shows stage for sure. But I'm still happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see it finally go up.
Just some
feels like closure.
Yeah. It has a place to be viewed. That is the important part. So, so if you,
like I say, shows stage, but I'm still okay with it. Still good with it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it is the best match I wrote around that time period.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wrote a lot of matches around that time period, and I think this is the best one of that time period. Obviously, I have improved a lot since then.
What about
But,
the
like,
King Ghidorah versus Megalon versus King Caesar versus Mothra?
That is one of the ones from that time period to give you an idea of.
Right. That's the point. That like this is the best.
For traumatizing children.
Gosh darn it. Freaking.
Yeah. Very. Yeah. Not a lot else I can really say. I think I used Burning Godzilla well and used Mothra Leo well, and I used Godzillasaurus well.
One of these days, like maybe even just completely in my off time, I'll probably give it a read. But just one of these days, hopefully, one of these years. Let's be more precise.
Bro, it's only like 7,000 words. You're acting like this is something you're gonna need to like put aside a whole week for.
I have to put aside a whole month for it. It's 8,000 words, you sucker.
Oh no. Anyway, in the
Caught them going, hey, Andrew, I finally got inspiration for this project. Let's do this now.
Gosh.
Anyway, in the YouTube chat real quick before we move on from this, Joshua Strip Matter is saying, given how this was written back in 2017, and you stop to think about it, this match may have predicted singular points. So props to GBR for predicting Godzilla's singular point long before Godzilla's singular point was Godzilla's singular point. And actually, yeah, there is a plot point in this match that actually feels straight out of singular point.
Gigantus was also like, holy crap, Joshua might be onto something. Well, I guess Joshua, by extension, GVR, I guess, but...
So I don't get to give thoughts on this one?
Right.
Oh, did you read it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you...
I made the banner for it, too.
Okay, then. Real quick, give your thoughts after I say this real quick. I guess it's fitting for singular point to be predicted before it comes out.
Yeah.
KWC always predicts movies before they come out.
Somehow.
Godzilla winning one.
Oh no, well there's a catastrophe incoming. Well, I mean, it's better than the Omicron variant, so we'll go, yeah. Go ahead, Dakota. Round us out.
I was gonna say, I like how they use time travel movies, but first off, how Mothra Leo apparently slept through Godzilla murdering all the other Guardians of Earth.
Look, man,
he was really tired after killing Grand King Ghidorah.
Well, you can't blame Heisei monsters. They're naturally obese. You wouldn't be able to get there in time.
Oh, you want to know the best part about that Grand King Ghidorah thing to go to real quick? In the original version of this match that I submitted, I did some touch-ups before sending it over to the KTCE, but in the original version of this match, it was Space Godzilla that Leo fought off-screen and almost died too. But I still had the scene of him, like, getting ready to travel back in time against Grand before everyone else shows up. So it was just Space Godzilla who fought Mothra Leo off-screen for some reason.
But
He just felt like it.
Yeah, that was an issue I had a lot back in those days of just like, I would just throw in references to things that didn't happen.
Imagine it happened. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
you gotta imagine all that stuff happening.
Yeah, continue. If you have anything else to say.
Oh yeah, I like how like Mothra Leo went through all the different forms from his normal Leo form to getting an upgrade with the Alliance Triangle Rainbow, then going back in time and beating the hell out of Godzillasaurus for no reason. And then just cocooning at the same tree he cocooned at in his larval form, just to come back and beat up Godzilla.
Yeah. I know someone was talking about how like there's parts of this match that are a bit short. And I definitely know that Armor Mothra versus Critical Burning Godzilla is only like a few hundred words.
I mean, that's perfectly good.
Like
if you consider the movie where he just shows up, beats down on Grand King Ghidorah, and then leaves.
Yeah. It's also hard to have a protracted fight with a dude who is currently melting.
Yeah. Well, likewise too. What I'll say it's in that defense is like it's critical apex point. You can't linger on that for too long because it's like Mothra's either going to do this or he's dead.
Yeah.
And Burning Godzilla's also at a critical point where it's like he's either going to do this or he's dead. So you can't really.
There are other parts in the match to go by too quickly. I agree with that. I just wanted to address that part.
Right. Yeah. I think
that was something that stuck out to me.
Yeah. So at worst, you just add a lot of additional detail to it. At worst, like not even stuff that's like in terms of action, just in terms of impact. I think that's what you would do for a really short, like final concise moment fight thing. That's at least that's my personal tip to GVR of 2017.
Yeah, you're a bit late on that.
Yeah, you'll learn that on your own.
Detail in my matches.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
Yeah, no, very glad to see this match finally up. I'm still happy with it. No wonder Godzilla was so pissed right from the day one. The equivalent of just waltzing into your home and busting your bum on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I should have had a thing of Godzilla, recognizing this guy that demolished him in the ancient past.
That would have been great. Oh well.
I have Leo drop Godzillasaurus from like a mile up, and then Godzilla just doesn't remember it.
Well, it's because he dropped it from a mile up. He bonked his head.
Don't you know? That's the way you gotta kill all Godzillas according to Monsterverse.
Yeah, you just drop him.
Yeah,
It's like Mogera. If he falls over, he dies.
Yeah, this is the first match. Well, this is like the first Rainbow Mothra match, first of all, so that's why this hasn't happened yet. But this is the first match to have Rainbow Mothra use like the whole picking things up with like telekinesis or whatever that he does on Megara.
Oh yeah.
He does do that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
lifts
you could
him
have
up
Leo
and turns him into seawater.
Yeah. And for no reason, nonetheless. Yeah, from Godzillasaurus' perspective, just the sky cracked open, a big fluffy moth showed up out of nowhere, and then proceeded to laser him.
Wait, can't we talk about this?
Actually, this brings up a good idea, actually. Using Leo versus Ultima, where he's just constantly traveling back in time.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, do it. Right, Nagoda.
Right?
You can do many ideas already. I'll plan that one out at some point.
Hello?
Hey, Bacon Bit.
Bacon, you're here.
Yeah, I'm.
Now give your thoughts on everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Go from the beginning.
What?
From the beginning. Well, okay. Bacon clearly has a lot of catching up to do. So, like.
I see you in the chat. You have any thoughts?
Wait, what? Hey, Ditto!
Oh, that's gay.
Everyone is coming in literally at the last second.
No kidding. Ultimate Ditto says Ultima nuts.
I joined as soon as I was done with Dexter. My dad went, I'm not taking you home yet. Your aunt could do it. And now I'm just outside, just like, bro. Fine. I do some mode. I don't do it myself.
Okay, Bacon, you already like gave your thoughts on the KWCs and the fact that you like read down them. So quick,
Yeah.
KWC thoughts.
So remember how I said I was busy with school?
Bruh.
I'm sorry.
Did you read 76 or 77?
Which ones were those?
Redmond versus Tyrant and Mothra Leo versus
Oh.
Godzilla and Godzillasaurus.
I read Redmond versus Tyrant.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it was.
I see you messing with that banner, KaijuX.
Yes, I am. Yes,
Every time I speak, it's really shut down. Yeah, I had a fun time with it. I liked that the victims were like all connected to Redman. That was pretty cool. The banner's pretty cool. Fun Halloween match. Nothing really else to say. Oh, the kill is brutal. That was a good kill.
Thank you.
Yeah, nothing really else. I started reading the other one and then school.
Really?
Yeah, it really be like, get your fucking high school diploma, you bum.
This is a sad gamer moment.
It really is.
Ganyu!
GM,
They can just be a Burger King employee.
I'd like a triple cheeseburger with that bacon.
Cheeseburger. And oh god, I'll tell you a story where I actually made a cheeseburger at one point.
All right. Well, first we gotta let Alex get. Wait, no, Alex didn't read it.
Yeah, I didn't read it.
Okay.
I wanted to.
Okay, rip.
Oh, he was working.
I know.
He had work.
Rip. Gosh darn.
Okay, yeah, GMK is going to type up his thoughts.
All right.
He's looking for him.
All right. Sweet.
Oh, you can hear things now. Okay.
Yes, we exist.
You do?
We do.
On occasion.
Oh. Damn. This is a sad gamer moment.
Hooray!
Why would you array a sad gamer moment? You're worse than Hitler.
No,
Very
I.
hate gamers.
I would not say that. But, minus the KWCs, are there any other major topics we would like to discuss for this KWCC?
Oh, KaijuX, you want to talk about Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
And that's on the podcast?
Right. I think we were gonna make that like Mecha King Ghidorah in the new Angura edition, but I think before we get to that, Gray Shot, did you have anything specific that you wanted to cover?
No, just the general announcement that we are nearing the time of the KWC awards as well as feedback survey. So that should be posted on the site in 1 month's time. So if you are a fan of contributing feedback to the KWC or selecting the best writers, banner makers, whatever, in 1 month's time you'll be able to vote and contribute to the awards process. So keep an eye on that. It will probably be going live January 1st or 2nd, I would say. Something along those lines.
Yeah, boy. Alright, I could probably get rid of these now.
Yeah. Minus that, there really isn't any major announcements, excluding one monster change, which is the fact that we've noticed something in regards to a character on Monster Island.
Okay, hang on. Okay,
Godzilla
right.
Island.
Godzilla Island. Okay, 2 characters, 2 things to regard. 2. So.
This was the funniest conversation you guys will ever hear, by the way.
I mean, mostly, yes.
Okay.
Can I tell the story of how I got him in?
I got him in, you jackass.
Both
No,
of you worked
wait,
together to
God.
get him in.
Well, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. It
I
was.
was the one who pointed it out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think we should let Gray Shot speak.
Well, no, I think
Sorry.
it's me that speaks because technically, like, I'm more.
KaijuX speak for Gray Shot.
Yes. There was a slight update to Mecha King Ghidorah's statistic stuff and his powers, and I wanted to go over that real quick so that way everyone's on the same page, and then we'll go over the other one in a bit. Mecha King Ghidorah in the KWC is allowed to be interpreted as his Godzilla Island counterpart, where he has 3 mechanical heads, and he is now allowed to be written as Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah. This is because we basically grafted Hyper Mecha King's powers onto Mecha King Ghidorah like early on in our career, and it's been featured in a match with 165. So it's like I didn't feel comfortable getting rid of it because I hate making exceptions. Unless I absolutely have to. I generally don't like making exceptions to the rule. So it's like, this is a case of that, where it's like, okay. And a lot of the data I had for that was based on old data. My brother and I did some translating recently after reevaluating the Godzilla Island footage and made a very interesting discovery. For one, the ice spray is called the freezing ray. That was just the Japanese text for it, but that's not the main part. It is the power listed now as automatic repair function, which was formerly reattaching mechanical head, or middle head, or whatever I had there. So, in Godzilla Island, there is a point where you see where Mecha King Ghidorah or Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah loses his heads, and his heads come back, and he comes back up and joins the fight. What is happening there by technicality is not the heads crawling and reattaching themselves. He's regrowing them mechanically. That is the power of the automatic repair function, to where it can regrow presumably just mechanical parts. And the reason why Grayshot is nominally okay with a lot of these changes now is because, well, the biggest benefactor to is the fact that Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah is a cyborg. He has he has organic tails. He's not a pure mecha, so he is by logical extension, he is an upgrade to some capacity. So it's all right, we can use that now. Yeah, basically nanometal heads in a way, Joshua. He's nanometal before nanometal. And one of the things listed with the automatic repair function is it's software. It's not necessarily... so long as the computer remains intact, he is able to regenerate any presumably mechanical part of his body.
Yeah, just download the update to give you regeneration.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's I would assume, given the anatomy of Mecha King Ghidorah as we know it, I would assume so long as the little, the kid's core, underneath the mechanical neck is, in good condition, you could pretty much have, Mecha King regrow his bottom half, more or less.
Wait, so does that mean that we can have him regrow the wings after?
Yeah, he can pretty much regenerate the wings now, yeah.
So technically we can have Mecha King fly out of the ocean.
Yeah, in perfect condition, mostly. So, yeah. So, that is one of the big... Yeah, there was that, and the enabling of Hyper Mecha King as a skin are two big additions to Mecha King Ghidorah. And those have been accommodated for in the FAQ. So if you just look in the FAQ, scroll down the list, and you'll see that Mecha King can be depicted as his Godzilla Island and Hyper Mecha King counterparts.
I feel like we're going to regret giving Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah the ability to pretty much regrow from a single computer. To be fair, that was when we added that power, I had mostly used Wikizilla, which is outdated and says reattaching. So I think that's where it may have been possible. That's where I got it from, or they got that from us, possibly. So either way, that has been corrected. This is now a machine that can regrow. Hasn't updated their Yamato to carry stuff.
Yep.
I mean, don't you know? Mecha King Ghidorah being able to regenerate from a computer also works out with Godzilla apparently being able to regenerate from a single cell.
Oh gosh. So according to Strip Matter, for all intents and purposes, this guy predicted Monster vs. Ghidorah's regeneration, except this time he doesn't need to sit his ass on a volcanic cauldron / radiation source to do it. I'd say he more predicted nanometal Mechagodzilla from the anime trilogy, except in Ghidorah form. It can't.
If you inject Monster vs. Ghidorah with nanometal, you will get Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah.
I get
no.
Okay.
Okay, maybe not exactly like that, but
I just want to stress, KaijuX was about to say yes to that. But no, Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah should be a continuation of Mecha King Ghidorah. So
yeah.
It was a joke.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
KaijuX was gonna say yes to it. Don't you joke?
Because it was a joke. That's why I was gonna say yes.
He says yes to everything, and we all take it contact.
No, I think I could literally joke that I had Mecha King Ghidorah Fortnite dance, and Andrew would approve, and Greyshot would go, no.
That would be a point. That would be a point where Greyshot would have concern to jump in and say no.
Greyshot, can we have the Jaguar Fortnite dance?
You gotta download Fortnite into his head first.
Fortnite default dance.
Fortnite can be downloaded on Jaguar.
This is about to click IDs on Kirio's bitch ass.
Well, here. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss?
Hold on.
Yeah,
I still.
DK posted his thoughts on Redman vs. Tyrant.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. I'll give give me this bit in a bit.
I have to go. That's why I was inquiring.
Okay. Hang on. One more thing to cover is Anguirus 2001. Courtesy.
Oh yeah.
Right. Courtesy of Kaiju Masterclass, which is like that online thing that takes place once a year. They were able to get into contact with the. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was like, I think he was like one of the sculptors. I know he was involved with GMK, and by extension, he was involved with like the prototype. And he, after checking through his words and doing a thorough translation of what he said, and also listening to what was said by the translator in the video, it is confirmed that Anguirus 2001 has a freeze ray. Like, he is able to shoot a beam from his mouth, and that is meant to complement 2001 Baragon's heat ray. So ultimately, like, that is now a new ability we are adding, because it's like it's part of the character. It's based on very pretty much new information on what we had, and especially after double checking through like the specific translation to make sure the translator wasn't generalizing it. So we now have an Anguirus that has like a freeze ray, like more something like Hyper Mecha King's freezing ray, or like even like what's his name, the Sub-Zero Mancer from Godzilla the series, something like that. Because the important thing to keep in mind is Godzilla was still going to win against these creatures regardless of what powers they have. So this freezing ray is not an absolute zero. That much we know for sure. So.
Less instant freeze, more like over time coding them freeze.
Yeah.
More like probably an annoyance at most. Considering that Godzilla could, he wouldn't like. Keep in mind with the suit that they would have used, right? He probably would have, there would have been ice that formed on him and then he would have broke it. So I don't think it would be anything.
It also didn't help that Baragon was also shooting a heat ray at him at the same time. So
yes, but yeah, they are, again, they'd be powerful against certain opponents like Destroya. That'd be a better opponent, but it wouldn't be something that
Showa
could, like,
Godzilla would be a good use against him because he hibernates in the cold.
Yeah, true.
Right.
I have to go. Catch y'all later.
All right. Yep. All right. See ya, Gray Shot. See ya.
Okay. Yeah. Before we end the podcast, I'm gonna read TMK's thoughts on Redman vs. Tyrant.
Yes, absolutely. By all means.
Oh. Shut up, Joe.
Hey, don't tell him to shut up.
Okay, GMK says, so, the match sucked because Redman didn't get his nuts eaten. I like the match, nice to see Tyrant get used in a great match overall, love the allusions towards Redman's creep. Yeah, thank you. Okay, and yeah, that should cover everything, I think.
Yeah, no. Yep, strip matter, unless he beam spans, Heisei style. Gigantus said, I find it oddly weird that this might be the closest thing we'll ever see to anime Mechagodzilla's nanometal as an actual combatant. And then he also says we basically have Anguirus with a beam now, so.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's actually an anti-Godzilla rival threat now. We can freeze them.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that was that was incredibly fun. Holy moly. And we got a nice 2-hour mark, and I don't have to do any post-editing. Like, this should just be it, in many respects. So, yeah, hopefully, once this goes up, I'll probably, keep the stream, the pre-stream thing, lesser, maybe, 15 minutes instead of 30, maybe. Nevertheless, though, that was the basis of everything we needed to cover. Woof, that was a lot, but you know what? Here we are. We're right here, right now. I'm pretty confident we covered everything that we needed to. GVR, am I missing anything? Because I know we covered Mecha King's new update, and Anguirus' new update. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think that might be everything. So, yeah, look forward to the new match that will be coming out in the next couple days, and look forward to just, stuff we have in for the rest of the year. So until those days come, it's been lovely doing this with all y'all. And my gosh, I actually can't wait to do this again for a future KWCC. Also, contrary to what the video said at the beginning, I don't think I'll be doing live streams for like the video, like the committee reads or like the KaijuX plays. I'll probably just keep it to the KWCC, since I feel like if we can get those live, we can actually get live input from other people. So yeah. Gigantic says, "Oh yes, we can add that to our trilopod match. Gonna write that one down notes right now." So yeah, no, for sure. Holy mo! I was not expecting that, but we got it. What the heck? That was crazy. But anyway, this has been this month's KWCC, and we
wait. Oh, never mind. Wait, never mind. We still need to just discuss that with Great Shot. Never mind.
Wait, what?
He's leaking government secrets. Quick, kill him.
Okay, and
Kill him.
we'll kill him off screen. In the meantime, see you guys next.
Don't worry, I won't die. I'll just end up eating all those souls.
Probably.
Nagoda really just pulled a Trump and tried to leak government information on live television.
Gosh darn it. Anyway. In the meantime, see you guys next time for the next KWCC. I don't know when it will be, but hopefully soon-ish. Whenever. So, next month. That's all I can guarantee. Strip Matter leaves us off with. Until then, folks, our Godzilla is an awesome Godzilla. He reigns from heaven above. Hell yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, before
I
we
need to
close out,
post
I'm
that
gonna say
Mothra
real quick.
video.
Alright, GVR wants to say something.
Yeah, no, just one quick thing to end the stream and the podcast, all that.
Yes,
Look
we
forward
really
to the
like
30th.
nuts.
Look forward to the 30th.
Hey yeah.
All I gotta say.
Okay. Alright. See you guys later.
Bye.
See ya.